Welcome to the call today. This is Scott Pierce at Listings to Leads. And in this session of how to make $250,000 or more a year in real estate, we're going to be covering playbooks 3 and 4. So playbook 3 is about buyer PDF guides. And we got a lot of great tools that you can use for marketing and advertising and so on to drive people to a buyer PDF guide. Then we've also got seller PDF guides. So we're going to do a similar type of marketing campaign, marketing both buyer and seller PDF guides, something we want to do every single week because it's just such great value, right? Educational, you can make it entertaining, but it is the kind of content that typically generates a better quality lead than advertising a listing. So obviously we can advertise a listing and follow up with those leads and get buyers and sellers within a few days, right? And that totally does happen. But with the PDF guides, people are really only going to download a PDF guide if they've got some interest in that topic. And so that's why I love marketing and advertising the content in the PDF guides. Don't need any listings. You can do it at any time. It's always available to you. And we've got over 80, I believe, somewhere between 75 and 80 PDF guides broken between buyers and sellers. So about 50-50 each. And if any of you, whether you're watching the recording live with me now on this call, or you're watching the recording on YouTube, if you ever have an idea for a guide that you think we should add to the Listings to Leads platform, by all means, send it to me, send it to support@listingstoleads.com. Always love to hear the great suggestions from everybody here, but you're going to have 80 to get started with. So it is not going to be a problem at all. So with that said, I do want to make sure I just want to hit on how some of the top people, right, in sports, in music, right? Andy Reid here, who won the 2023 Super Bowl, 2022 season, right? He's got a playbook. He's got a checklist of all the available plays, all the available opportunities that the Kansas City Chiefs have, depending on what's going on in the game. And likewise, we are going to be walking through, we make available to you checklists, playbooks, so you can just literally follow along and not ever have to wonder what you should be doing to grow your business. That's a question I want out of your head because it doesn't need to be there anymore. We're going to walk through the checklist today, checklist 3 and 4 in detail. Again, here's Steve Kerr with the playbook there, walking it through with his team, with his players. We get musicians use sheet music. Again, they literally print it up. They have it in their hands or they have it in front of them here, like the pianist Eula Wang, but they've got a playbook. They've got a checklist to help them through to success and whatever it is that they're trying to do. And that's where the checklist for your marketing, your lead generation, your engagement for Listings to Lead is going to help take a lot of worry out of your mind, a lot of the inconsistency out of your business by using the checklist that we provide you. And at the end of the call today, I want to review the client review websites with you again. I want to make sure that you are all aware of those, right? Look at that amazing domain, scottpierce.amazingclientreviews.com. So we're going to walk through that a little bit. And I have got a complete pro power secret engagement tip for all of you. Put this in the mastermind group on March 13th, but this is so awesome. And it really dovetails with what we're doing here today because it's the idea of printing up the PDF guide covers, right? Actually the postcards, setting them in an acrylic holder, like what you see right there, and offering those at an open house so that as people are coming through your open house, not only do you have the sign-in form or feedback form, listing flyers, and all of that great stuff, right? That's right that you need. But I want you to go above and beyond. I want you to offer even more value to the homeowners coming through, to the home buyers coming through, to the home buyers who are homeowners that need to list their property coming through by offering some of the different PDF guides that we're going to talk about today to even get more engagement. So I'll touch on that a little bit later in this call as well. Don't let me forget. So if I try to end this call early without touching on that open house strategy, stop me, make sure I cover that because I really don't want to forget about doing that for all of you here today. So with that said, let's get into our account. Now, if you're not a client of Listings to Leads, Go to listingsleads.com, sign up for your 14-day free trial, and just get through the Get Started wizard. So everybody on this call, hopefully on the Get Started page when you log in here, that you've got everything set up. I want to make sure you got everything here set up. So that means all your company information and all the detail that we need here in the profile, company information. Let's connect up your social media accounts, your ad account, all that's done right here and is going to completely set you up for success with the program. We're going to add your listings. And then something I want to make sure everybody knows, including those of you that are watching on YouTube that maybe are not clients of ours, make sure you click to connect your CRM. And again, that's part of the Get Started wizard. And between all the CRMs that we got APIs with, we've also got the ability for you to put your lead forwarding email address from your CRM. So if your CRM is not listed here, they will have what's called a lead forwarding email address. And you can select that option, drop it in right there, click connect, and then all the leads that you generate from listings to leads will go into that CRM as appropriate. You see here, we've got Real Geeks, Top Producer, Zapier. I believe we got API Nation as well. API Nation has hundreds of pre-built connections as well, if you want to go that route. So regardless, get your CRM connected to listings to leads. And that way, all those leads are going to drop in, get connected to a follow plan. Everything is going to be beautiful. Now, before we get to playbooks 3 and 4, let me just remind everybody here, every single week, I don't want you to forget to market a listing that is for sale, whether it is your listing or a listing that you borrow. Find a listing, whether it's a coming soon, just listed, or active. Preferably, the best is to do an open house. If you can do an open house every single weekend, whether it's your listing or a listing that you borrow, you're going to blow up your business, especially because the open house marketing platform, right? So let's just say open house and click on view. We got learn more, which will go to the detailed write-up and recorded webinar. Download the playbook checklist, right? And so you got the checklist right there. Make sure you're doing one of these every single week. Option 1, option 2. That's the kind of the core base of real estate lead generation. Generating leads for an open house, generating leads for an active listing, where you're going to get buyers. You're going to get buyers that also have a home to sell. So that's your base. When you've got a pending or a just sold listing, do not forget to do the playbook for that. Okay. Don't forget to do the marketing, the lead generation for your listings that go into contract. Too many people, they skip it because they're so excited about that commission check coming down the pipe, but they're also equally as nervous because they don't want the inspection to go sideways or some crazy stuff like that. And so they forget about the marketing. They forget about the lead generation, and a listing that is in contract is really one of the best ways to generate seller leads, promote your branding. And it's crazy because so many people skip it. And it's literally, I think, even better than just sold. I think you will get better and more leads from a pending listing than a just sold typically. Not always, but typically. So don't skip it. And then today, what we're going to do is we're going to cover playbook 3 for the buyer PDF guides. Again, they got like 35 to 40. Are you kidding me? Just as part of your $60 a month, if you got our base package, you get 80 PDF guides and an impressive marketing system to drive traffic to it, to generate leads. And then we're going to cover the same in playbook 4, but now for the seller PDF guides. Any questions before we jump into this? Because I'm telling you, we get so much great feedback on these guides. It's absolutely awesome. When I knew they were going to be a hit, I knew they're going to be good, but they've even performed better. And I think have been of more value even than I imagined to the clients, to the people using them. All right. And hopefully by the end of this call, you're going to agree with that. And you're going to jump into this 2 feet first, because this right here, especially if you are a secret agent, not a lot of people know who you are. If you're sitting and you're struggling with on average 1.1 listings a month or worse, so you're not getting that consistent paycheck, You're not getting those consistent listing presentations, right? You're not consistently getting buyers in the door. This could be your missing spoke, that missing part of the wheel that is going to change your business. That's going to change your life. So with that said, I am in PDF guides. We've got playbooks 3 and 4 right here. Let's go to playbook 3. I'm just going to let it download. So download it onto my computer. And here we go. So again, what are we going to do? First thing you do is what? You're going to be like Andy Reid, Steve Kerr, Yula Wang, all these top people. And you're going to print that up. You're going to print that up. You're going to put it next to your computer so that you don't conveniently forget about this later when you get to run off for showing or for an inspection or what have you. You're going to print this up. You're going to put it next to your laptop or wherever it is that you work mostly. And you're just going to make sure that within a few days, you're going to check off every one of these boxes. And then that is going to help us generate, in this case, between 20 and 30 mid-funnel buyer leads. 10 to 30 could even be more, right? It could even be more. Nice mid-funnel buyer leads that when you generate the lead, a lot of the leads will come with a phone number. You're going to be able to call them back and you know what they want to talk about. You know what they want to talk about because they just downloaded that PDF guide. So when you call them back, you're going to have a great conversation with that person. So we got the checklist. Go ahead and print that up. Come back into PDF guides. So I'm going to click on buyer PDF guides. And this will bring up all the buyer PDF guides available for you. Now in the top here, we got recommended. And then we've got a lot more down here, right? There's a ton of them. We've got a search feature right here. And let me click on settings before we go any further. Let me show you some of the options that you have. So in settings here, so if you're in an office, you'll see that and you can toggle that on and off. If you've already got all this set up in the profile, so maybe in the get started wizard, you could be with a company and you selected that company's color theme in the profile. So that would be on, and that's what it would show here as well. Those colors will come forward to the PDF guides, but you can also just come in here and customize the colors however you want. I can click on the color, click on the color, click on the color, customize them, or I can select from a preset theme, right? If you are with a regional, corporate, national company and you don't see your company listed here, by all means, let us know. Let us build it in for you. Like, for example, I don't see LPT Realty, which we should probably add. But if you see one that we're missing, let us know. When we get to lead form, pretty obvious. Let me just mention, the thing I will mention is this only relates to the landing page. So the Facebook ads use the Facebook lead form. So you'll always get name, email, phone number, and either purchase or selling timeframe. So this lead form, and maybe we should put landing page here, is for the landing page. So you'll see here, use Facebook registration. So people click the button to submit. It grabs the Facebook email and the name. Under fields, we've got phone number for buyer guides, which I recommend leaving off. Phone number for seller guides, that's up to you. Address, we'll only collect address for seller guides, right? There's no point. You don't need an address for a buyer guide. They probably don't own it. And then time frame to buy or sell. So those are some options that you can play with. Next down is seller PDF guides. This is for your CRM lead source. So this will help connect whether your CRM uses source or tags. We want to make sure that A, they get into your CRM, and B, that a follow-up plan is automatically tripped off. What we want to make, in a perfect world, you generate the lead, it flows into KV Core or whatever, Chime, and automatically gets connected to a follow-up plan, right? So what will happen is you'll probably get a lead notification from Listings to Leads, and then you'll get another notification from your CRM, Chime, KV Core, or whatever, letting you know that lead was added to such and such a follow-up plan, and you're good to go. Any questions with anything in settings? Pretty self-explanatory. We've got a common autoresponder. And so we use tags to make it appropriate for every single PDF guide in your account. So the lead will get an autoresponder first name. They can click it down the guide with the link to that report. So don't mess with it. Don't come in here and go link to your report. Don't do that. And if you do, hit restore to default. Yes, restore. That will bring it back to the default. Just to leave it like this in the beginning, you can test it around and play with it and stuff. Maybe add a Calendly link might be a great idea. Took me to schedule an appointment with me to discuss the report. That would actually be a pretty sweet thing. In fact, you know what? We've already got that in the link in bio. Maybe I'll look to do that here. That would be a great idea. But if you have Calendly, come in here and you could add that. You could say, please click my below to schedule a free, no, I don't know if I like this language. Sounds a little too formal, but you get my point, right? And you can put a Calendly link there, whatever. But this will be the autoresponder for all of the landing pages, right? When people request a guide. So that's under settings. Let's come back to PDF guides. We're at buyer. So let's take a look at one. Let's take a look at one. In fact, let me show you something first. And I apologize. I did not do a better job. I was just doing some free screenshots this morning. And let me show you a couple here. So this is for this is actually a lender. So any lender watching this or on the recording or live, this company here, $13.80, 91 leads. This ad is still live, generating great leads for this lender. Same lender, ads in Spanish, $4 a buyer lead, name, email, phone number, purchase time frame. And then here, this is what we use, I think, for today. 6 things to check before buying a home. $9.46 a lead, name, email, phone number, and purchase time frames. Now, for a listing, when you generate a lead, those are coming in like $2, right? Anywhere from $1.90 to $2.50. Leads on like coming soon, just listed, active, and open house. For the entire first quarter of 2023, the averages for buyer leads off of listings was right around $2. So these are definitely more expensive, but like I said, they're more mid-funnel because if someone's going to click an ad that looks like that, there is some interest in that subject matter, right? They're not going to just click because it's a pretty picture and they want to see the kitchen, right? The picture is fine for what it is. It's completely great for what we're trying to do here, but it's not a luxury listing with a beautiful kitchen that, people are going to click because they want to see the paint color and the layout. No, this is something that people are going to click if they're interested in this topic. So that we're paying more per lead is totally fine because, like I said, they're typically more mid-funnel. Hopefully that will make sense for everybody. So that was 6 things to check before buying a home. And one more I'll show you here before we jump into it, just to show you that you can take the ads that we give you and you can customize them any way you want. This guy here, Florin. Oh, I know Florin. So these are new construction PDF guide. You can barely tell what it is based on what he said in there, but the entire thing works. And he's getting some pretty good traction here. $10 buyer leads. Again, name, email, phone number, purchase time frame off the new construction PDF guide. And he threw in a video. I'm not sure if he did that or whatever, but he threw in like an Instagram Reels stories, kind of a video with the ad. And you can do all of that in listings leads. And let's get to it. Let me show you how it is done. So when we are in PDF guides, I went ahead and I clicked on buyer PDF guides. I'm looking at the guides and recommended to start. And let's do 6 things to check before buying a home. Let's do the same one in the example I showed you. You got market. So every PDF guide will have a green button called market. Here you'll see all the different marketing opportunities to drive traffic and generate leads. And then under download, right next to market is a button called download. And here we can download the English version, Spanish version, English text only, Spanish text only, postcards and door hangers, and a QR code. So first thing I like to do is just download the version that's appropriate for me. So I'm going to download the English version. And what you always want to do is just read through it. Just read through it. Make sure there's nothing that, is completely in left field. Make sure you understand everything. If there's something you don't understand, find out about it, whether it's calling our support team or just looking it up on the internet. If there's like maybe a term or something like that you don't understand, but just be familiar with it before you start marketing and advertising, because the engagement and the conversion happen from the conversation that you're going to have. And if you call that lead up and you really don't know what's in this guide, you just were in a hurry and you did a post, you did an ad, you did an email, you did a door hanger, a postcard, or whatever it is, and you're generating leads. And when you call the lead back, you don't really have a feel for what was in that guide. That's not going to be a great conversation unless you're just the best agent and the best talker and you've got like 10, 20, 30 years experience. Unless all of that is true, you're probably not going to have a great conversation. So print it up, even if it's text only, print it up. I would probably keep it on my desk as well. So that way, in case I start generating some leads, not in case I start, when you start generating some leads, you can have that PDF guide with you as a bit of a cheat sheet. You can refer to it if they've got it in front of them so that you can just have better conversations. Everybody get that idea? We want to have better conversations. That is where we get we don't get the deals when we generate a lead, right? We get the deal as we engage the lead, we add value, right? We show we know what we're talking about. And that's where these guides really come into play and are super strong. Again, I printed up, I read it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here and we're good there. So I'll come over to market, right? The green market button. First up is a short form video script. Now, the reason this is first is I want you to have the script so that when you get ready to do the ad, if you did the short form video and it's a good script and you did a good video with it, you could use that in the ad, just like you saw that new construction example, right? In our ads, you can use images that we give you. We've got some little motion graphic videos that you can use, or you can upload your custom video with you in it. And here's the deal. This is why these PDF guides are so powerful, because they're allowing you to get in front of more people with information that's not just listings. We want to provide solutions. We want to add value. We want to have more, better, deeper conversations. And that's where these PDF guides come into play. And you've got 80 of them. You're never going to run out. You are never going to run out of content with this, right? You really got enough for almost a year. By the time a year is up, we'll probably have 104. So that and then you can just rinse and repeat every year and you're off and running. So my point here is on the short form video script, similar to what we did for listings, we're going to click send, make sure you got the right email address in there, click send. We're then going to go to our phone, open up the email, and give me a second. I'll just bring it over here right now while we are all together. Yeah, give me a second here. Let me find my mail. Let me refresh. There we go. I'm going to bring over that email right now for you. So here's the email that you're going to get, right? You see the email. If you don't have a teleprompter app, you can click here and that will open up the teleprompter app for Apple. And this one here will open up the teleprompter app for Google Play. So you got those right there if you need them. And you can just copy and paste this right from your phone, right into your teleprompter app. Just paste it in your teleprompter app and do your video. If you need help or if you need to see a video on how to do that, go to Playbook 5 short form videos. And in that video, I literally show you how to email this to yourself, how to paste it into a teleprompter app. And I also show you how to record the video. And I'll show you where that video is a little bit later if you need it. So again, do the video. I don't care what you think your problem is doing video. You don't have a problem other than you're just not doing it. Right. So get the script, maybe go to a listing, maybe whether you're on a broker's tour or it's your listing, somewhere out in the field. So it feels a little bit more energetic and there's kind of energy around you, and get that video done. Here's what you need to do: record the video, post the video. You don't need to look at it 20 times and think about it. You don't need to wonder if you should post it. Record the video, post the video. Put it on Instagram Reels, Stories, TikTok if you have TikTok, and YouTube Shorts as well. The beautiful thing about this is when you're just starting out with this kind of stuff and you're still maybe a little bit shaky and you're not sure about, how it all is, not a lot of people are going to see it. It's just the way it is. Only as you keep doing it and only as you keep getting better and more people engage will the algorithm start really getting it out there. But you can't get to out there. You can't get to where everybody knows you if you never start. So again, the beautiful thing is the algorithm knows you're no good when you're just starting sometimes. Some of us, we start and we're out of the gate. It's amazing. It's a beautiful thing. For the rest of us, well, it takes a little bit of time to get used to it and comfortable and really get to where we think we want to be at. And during that learning phase for us, the algorithm is just going to keep our stuff on the down low a little bit. So we may do a first few videos and we're not getting the love from the algorithm. We're not getting all those great views. And that's because we're just not there yet. So I always tell people, give it a couple of 3 months before you really start seeing those numbers come in. For some people, it happens faster. But for those of us who are still learning, right, we're still getting used to it. We're still getting comfortable with it. The goal is for you to be semi-famous, if not famous, in your local area. It's achievable. It's not hard to do. And it's really cheap. It's like almost free. The app is $12, but other than that, we give you the scripts. You're doing the recording. It's free to post, but you just have to do it. So try to commit to, and here's the deal. It's like pulling a Band-Aid off the scab, maybe for some of you. Just commit to going out at 4:00 today or 7:00 tomorrow, whatever. Record the video, post it. And if lightning doesn't strike you dead, all is good. Are we good at that, everybody? So I want you to get that script done and posted. Now, when you do that, if you feel like that video is a pretty good video, now we can repurpose that video right into idea or marketing step number 2, the Facebook and Instagram ad. Right. So I click Facebook. I'm going to leave it as a lead ad. Click create ad. And this should look very similar to what we do with listings, right? Nothing earth shattering here. The only difference is type in the location. Otherwise, we got you for the special housing ad category. Even though it's not a listing, you still fall under the special housing ad category, real estate related. Got your radius, got a lifetime budget of 35. As always, I can change that to whatever I want. Minimum $5 a day, right? Now, here's the deal. Maybe you don't always have a budget because I'm going to recommend you to run 2 ads a week. Now, for some of you, 35 for the buyer guide, $50 for the seller guide, that's $85 extra a week. Here's a workaround. You can do start date, like say today, 5/2, end date 5/5. So I'm only going to run the ad for, I'm not sure, was that 3 days or 4 days? We'll find out. That's 3 days. So if I don't have $85 or $70 extra in my budget, see if you can come up with $30 and you can run ad for 3 days, regardless of what some of these guys on YouTube, some of these people on YouTube are telling you that are real estate coaches and all that great stuff. And they do those great 30-minute Facebook videos showing you the ads manager. And it like literally takes you 20 minutes to get an ad done. It's absolutely nuts, right? I hear people telling you, I got to run an ad for 2 weeks. I got to run an ad for 3 weeks. And that is definitely not true. We have got people, especially if you've been running ads for a while, like if you've been running ads for any length of time, not any length of time, but for a while, the Facebook algorithm more or less knows, well, we've been doing this audience and it's been working. We've been doing this audience and it's been working, right? So they know what's been working for your ads. So you could totally do, and people do all the time, a 3-day ad, $5 a day, and we'll get results, right? Now, like I said, keep in mind, leads here, they can go anywhere from 5 to 20 bucks a lead, right? So it can be 3 or 4 bucks. The general average is, let's say, 5 to 15 bucks. So just keep in mind, if my total budget is 15, then I may generate 1 or 2 leads. I may generate no leads. But what else is good about it is more and more people are going to see us. They're going to see our ads. They're going to see us. And over time, that is really going to help us out. So my point here is being, if you can do the standard $35, totally do it, right? If you got the budget. But if you don't, 15 for 3 days is better than nothing. Now we got a great image here. If I want to change that image to either another image, another video, right? You see here, we got different images and videos that you can select from. So let's say I select that one, right? So that's cool. I can click it again and I can upload a video. Maybe I used a short form video script, right? I talked about earlier. Or, yeah, in fact, let me show you here with one of my videos of me. I'm not sure why it's got to be on the bottom row. That's going to take, there we go. And so this could be what it would look like with you if you use our script, and then you can be in the ad. Because again, here, remember, the more people get to know you, the more they're going to know, like, and trust you. So this is one of the best one-to-many ways of getting the entire audience to know you, by doing one thing, by doing a couple of things, but as a package. You record the video using our short form video script. You put the video in the ad, and now everybody in your area is going to get to see what you look like. They're going to get to see your energy. They're going to get to see the value that you bring. They're going to start getting to know you. They're going to start getting to know you. And as you do this every single week, wow, this guy is just bringing value every single week, right? This woman is bringing it every single week. She's got something to say about a different topic in real estate. And not every one of them is really that much of interest to me. They're getting better, right? They're looking more professional. More and more people are going to start seeing it because the algorithm is going, wow, this woman, this guy, they're producing content on a regular basis. We're going to start showing more of it into our audience here on Facebook, on Instagram, or wherever you're at. And so that's how this stuff works. That's how this stuff works. But nothing is going to happen. You're never going to get famous. You're never going to get the free branding, the free engagement, the free marketing, the free leads, if you don't ever get started in the first place. So with that said, once you got it the way you want it, just click publish. Now you may have seen you can retarget. You got advanced options. So for those of you that are pretty advanced at doing Facebook ads, you can get in there and do anything that you want to play around with that Facebook ad and some of the different tweaks. That said, for 95% of you, just put in the location, confirm the budget and the dates. And if you want to change that image to a video or something, you can do that. But that's all you have to do for 98% of you. You should be able to have that ad live or submitted to Facebook for review at least, in literally about 30 seconds. Oh, and somehow I locked myself. I shut myself out of my account. That's hilarious. Give me a second here. Let's come back into listings to leads. That's hilarious. Well, how are we all feeling now on the Facebook ad? Right, we got the Facebook ad right there, and we got the short form video recorded and uploaded. Now we got a lot of people on the call today. It's so good to see everybody. Thank you for joining us. But so type into the question box in the GoToWebinar control panel if you get the power of what I'm telling you here, right? And not only is it powerful and does it work, but it's essentially free. And we love that. I love free. I'm cheap. So yeah, I want what works and I want what's free. So we did short form video script. We checked it off on the checklist. We did the Facebook and Instagram ad. We checked it off on the checklist. Next up, social media post. So this is just your standard Facebook post. So to go to your Facebook business page, community pages, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, where you see all the accounts here I've got set up. I can change those, edit those if I wanted to, if I need to. I can see how it's going to look on the different platforms. I can edit this right here if I want to. So there's my post text edit, my headline edit. Again, similar to before. Now you cannot put a video in a clickable text. I wish you could, but you can't. So you have to select when you click change PDF guide image. Then, oh, I'm sorry, that's change PDF guide. What am I talking about? So no, we'll keep that there because we already selected that one. Just click post now or schedule a post. And you can schedule it to whatever date and time you want. I will do post now. And let me see if this has posted before last posted. Let's see here, view history. Let me see if we can bring one up so we can see. I can just show you how it works because that kind of ties into those settings on the landing pages. And let's see here, social posting. Let me look at that a little bit later. But again, it's just a standard post, right? So the post will look just like this. People click it. They go to the landing page, which we'll see in a little bit. And then on the landing page, they can fill in their information and get that PDF guide sent to them. Now, notice here also, here's where I can change the image that's in the post itself. So here's where I click change image. And then I can select from one of the different images here for that social media post. So now we got the short form video done. We got an ad. We got a post. And we're totally killing it on social media so far. Next up is the e-flyer for your database. Now, this is so cool because this is something that even before we had the e-flyers, one of our clients went, who was super experienced, been with us for a long time. He went out and just sent, and he created his own email, sent it to his database, offering one of the PDF guides, 300 of his coldest leads. This guy's experienced. He knows how to segment databases. So he segmented the 300 people that never responded to anything, didn't open emails, didn't return a call, did nothing. And he sent out an email offering a PDF guide and got a 10% response rate. 10% from 300 people. That's 30 people, 10% who have been in his database for a while, right? I would imagine are from a couple of months to knowing this guy 15 years. All right. I think he's been around for over 20 years and he got a 10% response rate. Absolutely nuts. And so here we go. Let me back up real quickly. Again, I talked so long there, but you got the PDF guide, click market, e-flyer for database. Now you're probably using a CRM, right? We connected our CRM earlier. KV Core, Chime, Boomtown, Line Desk. It doesn't matter. What you do, click copy. And if you want, you can even send yourself a test email first. Let's do that. Let's send a test email. And Gordon Day, good to see you, buddy. I love Gordon Day, who's on this call, was literally my very first broker client in 2009. Gordon, I think we're getting old. So here's what that e-flyer looks like for the guide. This is so awesome. Look at this. Pre-built for you. All you got to do is drop that into your CRM, which I'm going to show you in a second. Right? The awesome signature right there. I'll show you how to use that signature if you want. But people get this. They either click the link and the landing page opens up. Let's bring that back over here. There's a landing page and it's a buyer landing page, right? It's a buyer PDF guide. So they would just select their time frame to buy, right? Let's just say 3 to 6 months and download free guide. When I clicked that button, it grabbed my name and email from Facebook. Right? Remember a little earlier I mentioned we're talking about in settings for lead form. So that's the Facebook registration name and email. And now there's the guide all branded to me. Everything's perfect. And so this is what's so beautiful. You can literally sign up, join listings to leads at 3 o'clock, go through the get started wizard in like under 10 minutes, right? Let's just say 15 minutes because you're multitasking probably. And by 3:30, you can be generating leads with all of these PDF guides by sending out an email to your database, getting an ad up, right? Doing what you don't need new listings. It doesn't take any time to do this. And there's so much value transference that it's ridiculous. So that's how that email works. So now the idea is we're going to drop this into KV Core, whatever CRM we're using, we're going to drop that in there and we're going to send it out. So again, I click eFire the database, click the green copy button. Now I will use our follow-up system because most CRMs work in a very similar way, right? Again, Chime, Sierra Interactive, Lion Desk, Boomtown, they will all have the ability to create an email blast, right? So here, email blast, give it a subject line, and I would just use the title of the PDF guide, right? Whatever that was, 6 things to check before buying a house. The reason I like to have the subject line the exact same as the PDF guide title is because if they get the email and they see the subject line and they click the link in the email, the landing page is going to match up exactly with what they're expecting to be on the landing page, which is a PDF guide called 6 Things to Check Before Buying a House. If I were to change that subject line to something completely different, there's a massive disconnect between what they thought they were going to get from the email and what they actually do get on the landing page. So we want to make sure that the subject line ties in tightly to what is on the landing page and what's going to be in the guide that they're going to get, because we want them to be happy, right? We want them to be excited. We don't want to give them something random. Now, if you are good at doing headlines and you're good with connecting headlines that are not this word for word, play around with it, right? It's always fun to test and it's always a good idea to test stuff. But the main point here is don't make sure that your subject lines are completely tied in and relate to the title in the PDF guide. So I did the subject line, hit next. And again, every CRM out there is very similar. So when I land on this page, this is where this is where you put the email, right? That makes sense. We're all familiar with how that works. But instead of typing stuff out, we're going to find the button up here in the editor that says source, right? When I mouse over it, yeah, there it goes. It says source, right? Every CRM editor has that. I'm going to click it. I'm going to paste in that stuff. I'm going to click it again. And now I got an awesome email. Play with it a little bit. Maybe there's a few things here. Awesome. That's linking to a landing page. What is your homework landing page in my signature? That's linking to my new client review website automatically. So now imagine this is KV Core. This is Boomtown. This is Lion Desk. And then all I got to do is probably send a test email to myself, make sure the links all work, make sure everything looks good. And then I'll either send it or schedule it to get sent and get that out there. Absolutely awesome. And here's the thing with the PDF guides and sending them to your database, you should get some good engagement right off the bat. Within the first time period, right? Couple of minutes, couple of hours, within the first 24 hours, you should get some good feedback, right? People are going to email you. They're going to click the link. They're going to ask you a question, whatever it is. But just keep in mind that even for a lot of the people that don't respond, they're going to see it and they're going to tie Gordon Day offered me a PDF guide on 6 things to check before you buy a home. And then next week, Gordon offers a PDF guide, how to find the best home deals in the area. And the next week, Gordon offers to the database a first-time homebuyer's guide. And that just repeat week after week after week. And even if they don't click those links every time, they don't even respond every time, that they see him sending something every single week related to home buying and some sort of educational topic around it, they're going to just start expecting it. And they're going to be, I don't want to say, I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up anyone's butt about how they can't wait to get an email from Gordon, but they know it's coming. And so when they are getting closer to buying or they are getting closer to selling, they'll probably just go and start searching for Gordon's emails. They're going to go, man, I know Gordon sent me some really good stuff on home buying, or I know Gordon sent me some really good stuff on home selling. And they've got all of that right there in their email. So it's going to be great for short-term lead gen engagement. It's going to be good for long-term lead gen and engagement. So yeah, make sure you get those emails out the door. So the landing page, so let me show you here. We saw this a little bit earlier from the email, but this is the landing page, right? So again, every PDF guide has this landing page. Select your time frame to buy. And let me just show you while we're looking at that landing page again. If I go back to settings, right, again, under settings, lead form, that's Facebook registration. So let me show you what it looks like if I turn it off. So if I turn that off and save, we should see for name, and we should also see an email form. Yep, there we go. Name, email. But when I go here, and let's see. So when I'm here and I turn that back on and I save it, now when I refresh, name and email is going to disappear, because now when I click that button, it's going to pull the name and email. Everybody clear on how that works? Sometimes that's a little confusing to people, because they'll be like, where do I get their name and email from? That's right here. When they click that button again, we're going to pull the name and email out of Facebook and send that to you in your lead notification email. So that will populate and drop into Chime, Sierra Interactive, right, CRM that you're using. Yeah. So that's all I need to show you right there on that. I figured since we're talking about the landing page, it'd be a good time to take a look at that. Let me back up into buyer guides. And the last thing here are the postcards and door hangers. So for your typical use case of how you use a postcard or door hanger or a PDF guide, for a buyer PDF guide, is going to be completely different than a standard postcard or door hanger, right? I'm not going to go drop door hangers for a PDF guide related to home buying in my farm, right? I'm not going to send out a postcard for a PDF guide. But remember I said a little bit earlier, I will print the front of the PDF guide and I will drop it into a acrylic holder so that when I'm at my open house, I can offer people 6 things to check before buying a home, just like we saw a little bit earlier, right? I'm going to talk about this more a little bit later, but I want to have this at my open house so that I got more engagement points with people coming through. And I'm going to do that for the couple of buyer guides. And then I'll also walk through about doing it for a couple of the seller guides. And I'm telling you, that is going to be awesome for you, because just like when Gordon is letting his database know that, hey, you know what? Yeah, I've got listings. Yes, I'm selling listings. Yes, I'm doing an open house, but I've also got a lot of other content here that is going to help you with the home buying and the home selling process. What it's going to do is it's going to help formulate and help you gather the right questions and know the right things to know, so that when you're ready to talk, we are going to have a much better conversation as your agent and you as a buyer or a home owner looking to sell. Right now, are we good for the buyer guide? Any questions on anything related to using the PDF guides to generate buyer leads? We're going to do a short form video, right? We're not going to think about it. We're just going to use it. So we're going to click send. We're going to get it on our phone. And from there, we're just going to record it and we're going to post it. We're not going to overthink it. We're not going to overthink it. We're not going to have self-doubt, right? We're not going to beat ourselves up because we did something a little bit goofy. We're just going to record and post. Then we're going to do it again and we're going to get better every single time so that we are just, we got leads flowing, we got engagement flowing, we got branding flowing. But again, that's not going to happen until you start doing it. And the only cost is to your ego in the beginning, because there's no cost posting to Instagram Reel stories, TikTok, or YouTube short. It's all free. Yeah, let's make sure we do that. Before I get to the seller PDF guides, right? Before we get to Playbook 4, which would be awesome because I think we're gonna really instill some of the things we learned in Playbook 3, but now from a seller perspective. Before we do that, let's just hop over to the write-up for Playbook 5. So anywhere you see that blue how to make 250 banner in your account, click it and you can find all the playbooks, right? So here's Playbook 5 short form videos. If I click that, because these are all the write-ups, right? With as if we were sitting next to each other. And if I scroll to the bottom, right, all of them have a video. And in this video, if I take my mouse to 7 minutes, I'll just play a few seconds of it. You get the script sent to your email. Go to your phone, open up your email app, open up the email that you just got sent with the script in it. It's going to look just like this right here. And this is my phone. And you're going to see a little bit of information at the top. The 2 green buttons. The first one there is for the iOS. The second one is for Google Play for Android. And then you'll see that we got the script right below that. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy the script, highlight it there. I'm going to let this play for about 10 to 15 more seconds. I just want to show you to the part where I drop that script into the teleprompter app. Just so if you're watching the recording, if you're on this live with me, you can just, it's not hard. It's super easy. So just watch. Here's where I'm copying that script from my email, from my Gmail on my phone. Over to the bottom, hit copy. So far, it's too easy, I think. Go to the teleprompter app, whichever one you want to use. You got 2 options that I gave you a minute ago. So here we go now. You're in the teleprompter app. At the bottom, hit script, and then hit the orange plus at the top and hit create new script. And just tap here, tap again. See where it says paste it in, boom, you're good to go. Hit save. Actually, one thing real quick. I like to do this. I'm sure everyone is going to be different. Let's see here. Let's turn off the formatting here a little bit. So a waste of a video, but yeah, here we go back again. Paste it off at the top there. So let's go back to scripts now. National Popcorn Day. And if I hit record, I could have recorded on the previous screen. I'd need to go all of that, but record right there. Hit it. And you're going to see the script. Now, at the bottom left is scroll speed. I like to slow it down. I will. And for most of you back live here in the call, for most of you, that scroll speed is the most annoying part of all of this. And I think in that, what I've learned is once you dial in your scroll speed, then you're going to be good to go with all the other scripts. Maybe the first 4 or 5 times you try this out, I don't mean first 4 to 5 videos. The first time you try it out, the first 4 to 5 times you're going through it, understand that the scroll speed may be too fast or too slow. And that's normal. We all talk at different speeds. And it's really lower right. I guess I said lower left in the video. Maybe it was my lower left at the time. But anyways, you see where it says scroll speed 197 plus minus. So just understand the first time you do it with me, what happened was I think I got about 2/3 of the way through and it ran out of text because I was talking too fast. Go figure. So I had to go the plus. I went from like 160 to 170, maybe. I didn't know how high to go. Tried it again. I still talk too fast. go to 180, try it again. I was still talking too fast. So I think that's when I got to 197, and then it was good. All right. I was able to start with the script and end with the script without having to adjust the speed of my talking or anything. Yeah. So yeah, that speed part is going to be the most annoying part of doing a short form video using a teleprompter app. Start. I'm not going to promise to record a whole video here, but I'm going to get us started so you can see how it's done. I'm going to hit the record button and I'm just going to read it all the way through. Now, the first few times you get doing this, it may be a little bit uncomfortable, might be a little bit confusing. You may stutter and all that's going to happen. The more you do it, the easier it is and the better you get with it. You don't need to try to memorize every single word or say every word perfectly. The key is get through the main points and get a great video. Your worst video will be the first one. Your best video will be as you keep doing them. So just start doing them. But here we go. I'm going to hit the button. Hey, everyone, it's National Popcorn Day. And did you know that it's thought that corn was first popped in Peru? So doesn't it look like I'm looking at the camera? Right? That's what's so cool about this is I'm reading that script, but it looks like I am totally just looking in the camera and talking. So yeah, just from the PDF guide page in your account to find that short form video, to find the video with me recording the short form video script, just click on that blue button, scroll down to Playbook 5 and fast forward on the video to about 7 minutes. And that's where you're going to see me doing that recording. With that said, it is exactly 3:00, 3:00. Perfect opportunity, perfect timing to get into the seller PDF guides. Any questions about anything that we've done so far? Going through the seller guide should be a little bit better, a little bit easier, having just gone through the guide for buyers. And then after that, I'm going to walk you through that advanced pro tip in more detail for using the PDF guide at your open house. You're going to absolutely love that. So with that said, let me click on seller PDF guides. Let's go back to my amazing graphics that I just did before the call here. So here we go. 12 mistakes to avoid when selling your home. $8. This ad is all these ads are either live or they just ended like in the last week. So this ad, $8.75 to sell a lead, right? Name, email, phone number, selling time frame, 25 factors that impact your home value. A little bit more at $22, but even $22 for a sell a lead off a PDF guide, that's a good price. Unless that's another agent, that's a good price. $22, name, email, phone number, and selling time frame. And another one here, 12 mistakes to avoid selling your home. And here, $12.50. Absolutely awesome numbers right there. Absolutely awesome numbers. So since we were looking at, what was that again? Let's see, 12 things. Yeah, 12 mistakes. I'm going to type in 12, hit seller PDF guides, and that's 12 mistakes. There we go. 12 mistakes to avoid when selling your home. You got it all by itself. It's a seller PDF guide. Again, right? What's the first thing that we do? First thing we do is we download the playbook, right? The checklist. Number 4, seller PDF guide. And we can see here, we've got Facebook, Google ads, short form video, social media post, email to database, right? So on and so forth. Come back to PDF guide, right? I can't remember. I don't think, did I download that guide yet? I don't remember. Regardless, let's download English version, right? So the first thing, download the checklist. Second thing, we download the guide. We read through the guide, right? There's no exam per se, but again, we want to make sure that we're comfortable, that we know what's in here, because remember, engagement, conversion happens not when we generate the lead, but when we're having conversations that put us in the position of being the guide, right? In the position of being the expert, in the position of someone that can help them achieve their goal of buying or selling real estate. Don't start using these and start coming across like you don't know what you're talking about, because you never took the time, right? You didn't take 5 or 10 minutes to download and read that guide. So do that always. And I would just keep it around, right? I would just keep it on my desk because who knows, maybe, in a month and a half, someone's going to see that post on Instagram. They're going to become a lead, right? And you can always log back in and grab it, that guide, and take a look at it. Or you can, if you got it somewhere filed, you can just grab it and call that lead back and have a good conversation. So with that said, let's click market, short form video script. We're just going to send. And we literally just watched that video on how to open up the email, paste it into the teleprompter app, record the video. And after the video is recorded, you just save it. And it's just a video file. You upload it to Instagram, upload it to TikTok, upload it to YouTube, go on and do the next marketing activity and start generating leads. So if there's no questions on that short form video script, I'm going to click market again. Facebook and Instagram ad. I've already got lead ad. I'm going to leave it as that. Again, location. I'm going to confirm my budget at 50. That's fine. I'm going to start an end date of a week. That's fine. I'm going to leave the image as is. I'm going to retarget to my seller audience. If you don't have an audience, don't worry about it. I'll show you a little bit later where you can upload your database. We can automatically put all your leads in a Facebook audience, right? Automatically. You can also upload your database as an audience, which is cool. I'll show you that a little bit later. We got retarget, right, to previously created custom audiences or lookalike, advanced options, right? A lot of advanced options, I said, but don't worry about it. We've done hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in ads running through our platform. We've got all these things built in. And sometimes not that I love doing it, but I do it. I'll go into YouTube, I'll look up Facebook lead ads, I'll look up all these trainers, you know, who their names are, right? And as soon as they log into the Facebook Ads Manager, I just crack up. I literally just crack up. So I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, can you imagine how long it would take you to run an ad with a PDF guide, especially if you want to do video using the Facebook Ads Manager, right? It'd be nuts. The number of buttons and clicks and forms and blah, 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 blah that you would have to do in the Ads Manager would drive you absolutely nuts. And to listen to someone on YouTube and they're going through it and they're trying to train you and you're following along and you're like, oh my God, I can't see. What did that say? With listing leads, we've got all that built in. We've got all that built in. And you saw the numbers on leads. They're awesome. They're great. So that's my ad for 12 mistakes to avoid. In fact, let's see if this ad, we did this ad first, right? The secret, where'd the ad go? That's right. It doesn't matter. I'll just click on this one so we can see what an actual ad looks like versus a post. And in particular, how a video ad looks, right? So you can see if you were to do a video with your ad, what would it look like? So here we go. Home for sale sold in September 2014 versus 2. That video is something else, but you get the idea what it looks like. They click learn more, right? This is a buyer guide. What's your time frame to buy? Next, name, email, and phone number. Next, submit. And then they'll be taken to a page. That's how all the ads work, right? I can download the guide right there, right from the ad. And here's a beautiful thing. You didn't have to drop links. Oh, wait, this is where it gets really nasty. And some of those YouTube trainer videos using the Facebook Ads Manager, you got to go find a landing page link. Then you got to go find the PDF guide file. If you don't have a checklist just for that's probably 40 steps, you're going to go nuts. And look how easy, look how fast it is with listings to lead. Look how beautiful that guide looks. Are you kidding me? I just absolutely love it. Let's go back. Now, if we take a look at our checklist, let me just close. Here we go. So we did a Facebook ad. We did the short form video. Next up, we'll do the social media post. So come back into my guides. Let's get back into The 12 mistakes. There we go. So we did short form video, Facebook, and Instagram. Next up, the social media post. So I'm going to select social media post. Here's my post. Maybe I want to change the image. I click change image. Maybe I don't. I would just leave it as it is. And I can always upload a custom image. Right? I can always use a custom image here as well. So we got that. Everything else is editable. Everything else looks good. And post now. Boom. That post will be up, right? We saw a post earlier, so we know how that works. So that'll be live usually within a few minutes. And in fact, we'll go to my Facebook page in a little bit and I'll show you a few things that you can do to get a little bit of algorithm juice going to make those posts perform even better. But before we do that, we got the e-flyer for our database. Now here is another pro tip. You should send out a e-flyer to your database for a buyer guide once a week. You should be sending out an e-flyer for a listing to your database once a week. You should be sending out a seller e-flyer to your database once a week. That's 3 emails right there. And that is not 3 too much. That is not 3 too much, because here's the deal. So many, if not most companies nowadays are emailing people 4 to 5 times a week. It is not right. If you are still doing the once a month email to people, and it's like their market home analysis, and that's once a month I send out, that's not enough. But it's just not enough. By curating, by sending out great information that is of value, that is not a repeat, right? Even how we format this is on purpose. Very little text. The link and the image are exceedingly clear as to what it is, so that people can go, that's good content. I'm just not interested in it right now, but yeah, that looks pretty solid, but I'm just not interested. Delete. And again, like I talked about earlier, that just let that sucker go. And when they are interested in it, then they'll click and they'll fill out the lead form. They'll get the guide. You'll get the lead notification. You'll call them up and you'll have a great conversation. So yeah, you should be sending out these 3 emails to your database. Like you might do the listings on a Monday, or maybe you do, it doesn't matter, right? Just do it. But do like one on a Monday, the other one on a Wednesday, and maybe the last one on a Friday, right? Don't send them all in one day, obviously, but to send them out to your database. And this, I almost guarantee it. So I'm not guaranteeing it, but I'm just telling you, 8 out of 10 times, these will probably perform better than whatever random canned follow-up stuff you got going out via email. Right? I'm just telling you right now, these typically perform better than a standard follow-up email that you're sending out. Now, for those of you that just wanted to knock it out, you could click copy and do all of them and create your campaign in KV Core, create your campaign in Line Desk, whatever it is, in one or 2 sittings if you wanted to, right? Alternatively, you just come in once a week, click copy. As I click on follow-up, you'd go to your CRM. Again, all CRMs have that create email blast functionality. They all have the subject line. And so here, what was the guide that we're doing? 12 mistakes. 12 mistakes to avoid when selling your home. Next. Again, we're at the editor. We're going to find that button on our control panel here, the editor, that says source. When I mouse over it, I'm going to click into that editor, paste all that, whatever stuff, click that same button again, and boom, we're off and running. We got a beautiful email. All right, you can format things. Yeah, I could edit something if I wanted to, but don't overthink it. Just not 95% of the time, you'll just be better off sending it versus taking too much time to edit. You muddle the messaging, you delay getting it sent out. It doesn't get sent out so you skip a week and then you forget about it. And so you skip 2 weeks and you wonder why your business isn't growing. So yeah, just get that in there. right? I always recommend sending a test email. Your CRM will have that functionality, and then either send now or schedule it to get sent, and let that do the work for you. Let that do the work for you. Come back to the checklist, mark off that we did the email to my database, right? So now we've done the Facebook ad, short form video, social media post, email to my database. And next thing up is a postcard or door hanger. Now we've got postcard door hanger once a month. There's a lot of different things that you can do. All right. You can do the nearby homeowner letter. You could do a postcard, right? Coming soon, open house, just sold, pending, whatever you want. But you've also got postcards for all of the PDF guides. You got postcards and door hangers. And I would recommend mixing these in with the nearby homeowner letter or the listing postcards that you're sending to your farm. These are beautiful. Let me show you. We got jumbo standard EDM, and what's the last one there? EDM panoramic. We've got a door hanger, right? I love door hangers. That's my favorite. But let me just show you first. Let me just show you the postcard first. Hold on a second here. The pop-up takes a second. Let me cancel it. And let me just click download. I'll download the front. And then I'll download the back. And I'll show you why our postcard are so good. So there's the front. There's the back. So let's go to the front. Let me make it a little bit bigger so we can all see it. So the front will say download your free guide. Then I'll have the guide title, 12 mistakes to avoid selling your home. And then there's a little blurb by clients find this report valuable, helping them get more money for faster to the home. QR code. Anybody want to scan that QR code? Anybody want to scan the QR code now? You'll see the landing page will pop up on your phone. Super sweet. And the QR code is automatically put there. You don't need to do anything. And the back of it, look at this. Look at that. Look at the back of that postcard. Completely automated. Nearby home sales affect your home's value. I'd like to invite you to find out the new value of your home now for free. So what an awesome postcard. Got your branding on there, got the legal stuff in there. Beautiful postcard. And we are not just, oh my gosh, right? We're not just sending out just solds and just listed all the time, right? They get so old, so old. So yeah, try and mix in some of these postcards or door hangers on the PDF guide. I think you'll get a good response from them. Let's come back into market listing. We got the landing page here, right? And the landing page is what we'll link to from the e-flyer and from the social media post, and also from the Google ad, which I'll show you in a minute. So 12 mistakes to avoid, right? Remember, in the buyer landing page, there's no address. So that's only in the seller and still optional. I think you'd probably want it. Man, whatever, I don't know. For some of you, they got a really awesome follow-up plan and all you need is a name and an email. Great. Or name, email, phone number. Awesome. But yeah, address is good. Phone number, time frame to sell, download the free guide. Easy peasy. And I think we covered everything. Now, the only thing I got to check, I know we took it out of listings, but for the Google ad, right, we don't really promote Google ads for straight up listings, although we do promote them for some of the landing pages, all the PDF guides, and I think custom, right? So under Google IDX, so that's where you'd use the IDX link at your Chime, your KV Core, your Web Agent Pro, whatever your website is, right? IDX ad. Landing page, PDF guide ad right here. Similar to what we had in the PDF guide section. And I don't know why. I got to find out why this is not under market. 12 mistakes. Right, 12 mistakes. So if I go, now keep in mind, Google is a $30 a month add-on. So it is more money. So it is an optional add-on. That's why on the PDF guide, it says optional. But if you go to create ad, I'm going to click on advanced options. and where location. So I got to do location, right? Now notice daily budget is $50. I'm just telling you, solo leads on Google can be awesome because there's a high level of intent there, right? I could literally spend an hour talking to you about Google ads and yada, and then AdWords and confusing the hell out of everybody. Just go bonkers. But so the one thing I just want you to know is they are more expensive. Now, again, they're higher intent because they went to Google and they typed in something related to selling their home or something like that. And so they're usually better leads, and you can change that 50. You can go to $20 a day. You can go to $10 a day, but just understand we're starting out at 50 because you need on Google, you need more money, but just understand that can be completely editable. We don't make any money on the spend that you do on Google. It's not like I care from that regard. So yeah, just keep in mind daily budget, $50 is what we start with, but it's completely optional. Start end date like normal. I want to say 12. Here we go. So if I scroll down here, I can do 12. Maybe this too long. So that's what we got. Just mistakes when selling a home. Yeah. Okay. That's why then I'm going to change that. Again, you don't even need to go to advanced options here. I should not have even clicked on that. I was wondering something that I wanted to check for myself, and I really should have just left that alone. You don't need it. Type in your location, confirm your budget, publish. If you have ever seen an easier way to do a Google ad, let me know, because it gets pretty good. And and here's the thing, coming from been doing Facebook for so long, when I look at the cost per lead on Google, I literally shake. I'm like, holy cow, that's expensive, right? Because I'm looking at buyer leads on Facebook for $2. So when I see a buyer lead on Google coming in at 10, 15, $20 on average, right? That can get expensive. But no, that's for seller leads, that's going to be more. And we're talking about the seller guides. For the buyer leads, what are they? Man, let me think. What are the buyer leads coming in at? Whatever it is, I do know that a few people that I've talked to that are experienced in Google using our platform, they say that the lead cost per lead is completely in the ballpark comparable with what they were doing. It's just a lot easier to do it this way versus they were using another website service provider that was like $3,000 a month. Holy cow. So anyways, yeah, there you go. So that's the Google ads right there. And obviously you can do a Google ad for a buyer PDF guide. I think I missed showing that. So we were doing for the buyer PDF guide, we're doing 6 things to check. Let's just go ahead and take a look at that one. 6 things, search, 6 things to check, right? We're in Google Ads still, create ad. And this time I'll do it the way you should do it, which is location, confirm my budget of $50 a day. I'm not that rich, but I will do 20. Starting a day for a week, that's fine. I literally just got a Google AdWords sent to Google for review. It's a link into a landing page. The landing page has the offer or has the PDF guide built into it. I didn't have to write ad copy, although I could have edited it. I didn't have to do all my keywords, although I could have edited those. I didn't have to create the landing page, although I could have edited it. I didn't have to create the PDF guide, go find the guide, go find the link. I didn't have to do any of that stuff. I clicked a button. I typed in my location. I confirmed my budget. I clicked publish. How easy is that? Let me see here, Bridget. I'm really slow with all of this, but wow, the guides have all my info and branding. Super cool. Yes, that is exactly right. It is super cool. Does anyone else have these guides at open houses as a gift for coming? Allison, right? You may have asked that question before I talked about the printing up the postcards and putting them in the acrylic holders, right? Like this. And I'll get back to this here in a few minutes. Right. So I got like 6 of them I printed up. and you can scan that QR code. I'll get back to that a little bit later. This is how I store them. So I got a couple of rubber bands and I stack them all together. And that way, when I'm not doing my open house, I don't want them bumping around and everything. But yeah, let me get back to this in a little bit. But yeah, Allison, there you go for that idea. We ever do these meetings on Zooms, I would love to be able to participate. At some point, I don't know about Zoom, but maybe we will use another platform that does allow that. Because I agree, I would love that too. I think it's more fun and yeah, I think it'd be cool. Bruno, in Facebook ads, can we add additional questions? Yes, Bruno, get with support on that. I don't want to get into it. I'll show you in a little bit. Jay McMullen, one of the great things about listening to leads is you're like my accountability partner every day, every week, every month. Exactly. Right. 5 playbooks, 1, 2, 3, and 4 we've covered. You do one a day, just right. Do the listing one on Monday, do a pending and just sold on a Tuesday, if I've got it. On Monday, do the buyer guide. Tuesday, do listings, for sale listings. Wednesday, do the seller guide. Thursday, Wednesday, do the buyer guide. Thursday, do the seller guide. There you go. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. Just do them. And let's get back into the seller guides. And I think I've covered, yes, I've covered everything we got here. Short form, Facebook, post, e-flyer, postcards and door hangers, landing page. And let's do this. Let me put this link in the go to webinar control panel. I'm going to send this to everybody so that you have that link for later. And so here we go. So are we all good for the PDF guides, marketing the buyers, marketing the sellers? If we have any questions that, let me know. Let me talk through this idea here of printing out the postcards. I'm going to walk through that a little bit with you. Then I will show you how to add custom questions to the Facebook lead ad form. Super easy. I haven't done it in like 6 months, so hopefully I remember. If I don't though, you can always get with our support team and they will point you in the right direction. But so anyways, we're having an open house, right? We got a sign-in sheet. People are coming in. We're greeting them. We ask them that, thank you for coming to the open house. Excited to have you here. Our sellers the seller has asked me to make sure that everybody signs in for security reasons. So if you can sign in here, either on the paper or open house sign-in form, thank you very much. You have a nice conversation with them. What are they blowing? Who knows? It doesn't matter. But you have got some of these offerings, right? For different PDF guides. Maybe they're on the kitchen table, the dining room table, the kitchen counter near the open house sign-in form. Maybe there's a couple in the living room. Maybe there's a couple in the family room. Maybe there's a couple in the kitchen. So as people are walking around, they can see these and it's in their head. One thing I think it does is it really just shows the people coming through that you're bringing it. You are bringing it. You got guys for buyers. You got guys for homeowners. 12 mistakes to avoid when selling your home could be one of them. 6 things to check before you're buying a home, obviously, could be one of them. Down payment assistance, 25 ways to increase your home value. Do you all get that? Do you all get how offering these at your open house can really just open up some other conversations? You may get people, they don't even go to bother to download the guide. They just ask you, what are the 6 mistakes to avoid when selling your home? Now, if they do that, obviously you want to have the guide there with you. I would probably have a print up of the guide. I wouldn't make it available necessarily, although I can see there's pros and cons of doing things in different ways, but I would probably have a copy of the guide printed. And that way, if somebody does ask me about the guide, right, I can just hold it and just say, oh yeah, the 6 mistakes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have it in front of you, right? You're not trying to memorize it or anything. But you're offering it to people. Now, what most people will do is they'll probably just scan the QR code the landing page will open up on their phone. Hey, everybody, stop here. Chill. Oh, let me bring my volume down a little bit. And let me find that video again. So there's a close up. Anybody want to scan that real quick? If you want to go ahead and someone scan it and then let me know if it pops up on your phone as you expected it to, right? Sometimes people get a little freaked out. How does this all work? So if you're ever unsure how this works, make sure you try to do it yourself before you get yourself over to that open house, right? And it looks great. I'll tell you, I got it on my desk right behind me. I wish I had my camera on where you could see it, but I like the kind here, just here, like you see there. So they're not the kind that lean back. Those are totally fine. If you got them, use them. I got the kind that are vertical and a horizontal display. And you can see that better here, right? Horizontal display, and it's not tilted. It's vertically straight up. That's just what I like. All right. So Jay says it works. Gordon says it works. Awesome. Now here's me scanning it so you can see that one more time, right? The landing page pops up. They see the call to action. It's a buyer guide. So all they're doing is a time frame. You can change the lead form, which they did. And then we got the download pop up or prompt. It downloads to the, now real quickly, for all those of you, first of all, make sure you do this yourself, because when the PDF downloads to your phone, there's not a normal, like on your MacBook Pro, that kind of like bottom left triangle that you click, and like that's the file that downloaded. On, at least on my iPhone, I don't know about Android. On iPhone, it's that blue arrow. Everybody see that blue arrow? When you're on your phone, you'll see it. It's very obvious. So there's a blue arrow. That's the down. That's the thing that you click. And I'm telling you this so that when somebody comes to the open house and they don't know where it is, and they're going to ask, well, where the hell the guide go? Right? I want you to be able to know where the guide went. So at least on an iPhone, there's that little blue arrow, and you click it, and all those options come up, and you click downloads, right? And boom, there you go. Super easy. Or not, you don't click download, you click downloads to then select the download here like that to open it up. Right. Easy. I put the link in the go to our consult panel. So get in there. There's a 9-minute video where I walk you through in a lot more detail if you need it, but really you should, in fact, let me see. I think at that post also was a link. Yes. To Amazon. Let me see if, yeah, these are the ones I bought. So there's a link right in that post, and I'll put it in whatever. I mean, I don't know if that's the cheapest one, or right. Your MLS may have some at a really good price or wherever. So let me see here. And I'm putting a link into Amazon here. Send to all. There you go. And that's not an affiliate link or anything like that. That's just a link to where you can go buy that. And let me show you how it looks. So when I go to postcards, I'll walk through this for you. So at least on a Mac, you can see how it works as far as printing the postcards. So you only need to do the front, right? You don't need the back unless you wanted to. Maybe it's a homeowner and you want to turn the postcard around and go, oh, hey, if you like to get your home value estimate, but just the front, there it is. I'm going to click print, and here it is. I'm going to click print. Oh, shoot. No, my wife's going to run in here. Why are you printing things at a webinar? So one of the people I was calling is most title companies will have them. So Jay, what do you mean by that? When they say title companies will have them, they will have the kind of acrylic stands for people to, oh, can they buy them, or can they like get a couple from you? How does that work? For free. Listen, there is a title rep on the webinar with us who's a client, and I have no idea, but he's saying if you go to maybe call your title rep up and tell him you're looking for a couple of flyer stands, like the free acrylic ones, ask them how much they are. And Jay is saying that they're actually free, so yeah, check it out. I don't know. Never heard that. That's awesome. Thank you, Jay. That is awesome. Any of you in the El Dorado, Folsom, Sacramento area, make sure you call Jay McMullen up at Stewart Title. The guy knows what he's doing. Obviously, you got free flyer stands for all of us in the local area. So yeah, check that out. If you're not around where we're at, get a hold of your local title rep from Stewart Title or wherever it is that you are using and ask them about it for you. Save a little bit of money. Not a problem there. Any questions now? Buyer guides, seller guides, open house, engagement strategy, pro tip, advanced tip. Awesome. We got about 20 minutes. I don't need to use all 20 minutes if we don't need it, but I would like to quickly, again, if you don't remember, show you the client review website just to make sure you know how to use it. Because the more you use it, the more feedback is that we'll get. One thing I just realized recently, let's say real quickly, testimonial tree and Google reviews we're working on. So if you use testimonial tree or Google for your reviews, 1 to 3 weeks, we should be live with both of those. But here's the deal. Check this out. What if we got a review and it was a 1-star review, right? There are crazy people out there. We've had a few of those listening to leads. And I know most of us have had a few crazies as well. And all of a sudden we wake up and there is a 1-star review on Zillow, on whatever. I review unpublished. Let's try that again. Oh, there we go. So turn it on. Let's turn all these on real quick. And so the user, blah, 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 blah. So my point is we can turn that into the off option. So if we get a 1-star, 2-star review, whatever it is, you can turn off individual reviews to not show on your client review website. If you want to just show everything off the bat, awesome, go for it. If a review that, you just don't want to show for whatever reason, now you know how you can display or not display. How's that? As mentioned before, I click add reviews so I can manually add reviews. John Doerr, source, Google, Facebook, other. If you select Google or Facebook, we will automatically put in the logo. If you select other, then you can upload the logo for that review website. You get the idea there. You can import reviews. Currently only is Zillow. Put in the email address that you use at Zillow to import those leads, and you'll click go or whatever it was, and it'll cycle through and it'll start importing all the leads. Really cool request review. So after you help a buyer buy a home and you're the selling agent, don't forget to add that listing into listings to leads. Do the just sold selling agent marketing plan for that. Generate between like 20 and 50 leads, but also ask them for a review. So send them your request for review link and ask them if they wouldn't mind submitting a review for you. Why not? We got your review website, reviews, pending and archived reviews, and the client review website. Let me just show real quickly here one thing, unless somebody else has a different question as well. For header, if I click edit, change image and video, I can click either upload my own custom video, or I can select from any other video that we have available for you. And let's upload it successfully. Let's see. And you can use images, you can use videos. There we go. Beautiful, right? Are these beautiful or what? Come on. So, man, I can't believe it took us so long to update those, but we did it and I love it. And the feedback we are getting on these so far has been really tremendous. Very nice. Absolutely awesome. Any questions on the client review websites? Well, here's another kind of a tip, I guess. You can click share. And in fact, I'm going to show you a custom ad and how you can use a client review website and doing an ad for downsizing. But you can upload media. Or what I did is I took a screenshot of my client review website and I just clicked upload and I uploaded that image. And so that's why mine looks like the landing page. right? Cause I like, and we're going to offer more options. I just went to my landing page. I used a program like this. Like I literally just took a screenshot, right? Saved as, and then came back into listings to leads and upload media to change that image from the default one to whatever you want. So you can use Canva, right? Whatever you want to do. So you can share this, post now, schedule post. We've got postcards, door hangers. I think we got other ads. I think we have ads coming as well. So with that said, last thing I'm going to show you, unless you got questions, I would like to show you how to do straight up custom Facebook lead ads. Anybody want to know that? So let's say you're watching YouTube, right? And this is where I got the idea from. I'm watching YouTube. The guy had a great ad. It was a great ad. Nothing special. It's about downsizing, right? I think we've probably got, let's go to PDF guides. Let me open another tab and let me see if we've got a PDF guide for downsizing. I'm sure we do. Yeah. What is downsizing and more? I could use all the marketing tools here, right? Facebook, Instagram, yada. But let's say, man, I saw this guy in YouTube and the ad he did was just, I want to do that ad. I don't want your ad. I want to do what he did. No problem. Create Facebook ad, create Google. Notice they both have custom. Oh, and here's where you can create a custom audience. Remember I said earlier about your database? You can click create audience. My database. That could be, that would be one upload. You might want to do this. Sellers. And that would be the second version, and buyers. So if you know how to segment out your database, ask your database support if you need help and just say, hey, I want 3 downloads of my database, all buyers, sellers. Upload them here. Usually takes 24 to 72 hours for that audience to be populated and available for use. But we do all the work, right? Submit it to us. We'll forward to Facebook. We'll get it set up. We'll make it available to use. But here we go. So create Facebook ad custom, campaign name, downsizing in Granite Bay. Do you want lead ad or traffic? I would just suggest lead ads, but let's say you got a landing page, either from listings to leads or somewhere else. You could do traffic, but I'm going to do lead ads. In fact, in this example, I will show you how to create a custom question on the Facebook lead ad form. Website and landing page. I'm going to use my client review, or no, we'll do downsizing. Let me go to listings. Let me go back into my listings to leads account. I'm going to grab a landing page. Oh, in fact, you know what? Kind of an idiot. Let me just grab the landing page for that PDF guide. Fetch, click fetch. Now it'll grab everything it thinks it needs for the ad you're trying to do, right? Now here, I'm going to say, looking to downsize. So, you know, that great trainer on YouTube had this awesome ad, and I'm just going to type in here, word for word, the ad they told me I could use, or that they showed me that was just so amazing, right? Change the headline, change the description. I can change the image, right? Maybe you don't like the picture on your landing page. You're like, you know what? I want to show like a house. I'll play around with some of the different search terms for it, but stock images. There we go. I was searching my own designs, but here we go. So if I go stock images or even stock video, let's try that one. Let's see how ugly house is. Maybe I'm doing a investor. That's ugly houses. That's weird. Let's try homes. So those are videos. Here we go. More ugly homes. Okay, so you got that. All the text. type in the location, lifetime budget 35, start and schedule, right? There's my change image again if I wanted to do that. Create new form questions. Now, same in listings. It's to be under advanced options. So typically this is under advanced options here. But notice the three full name, email, phone. Well, that'll be automatically captured from Facebook. And you got some other ones that you can add just by toggling. Time frame to sell, predefined options. Are you buying a home when your home sells with predefined options? I'm looking to buy and sell, predefined options. Here you can see what the options are. If you mouse over that question mark, what is your time frame to buy? We ask that by default of all buyer leads. How many yada? Now, I think, let me see here. How do we add? I thought I knew how to add those questions. Show lead from library. Create new form. Yeah. You know, for that question, I don't know why, but yeah, just come in here. I'm sorry. Ask our support team. I know you can. I just don't know why I am not seeing that. Yeah. So ask our support team, but it's in here, right? It's under form questions, under the button, create new form. And typically you're not going to see that because it's going to be in the advanced options. So whoever asked that question, Bruno, was that you? Did that help you get along? So yeah, you can do it. Ask our support team. Worst case, if you can't, for whatever reason, we can always add in more options for sure. Any other questions? It's 3:50. That is awesome. I love ending a little bit early. Any questions about anything we have covered today? Right? We got the checklists. We're going to use checklists 3 and 4 once a week. I recommend not doing them on the same day. Now, here's a little pro tip. Here's another pro tip for everybody. And I heard this from a top team that I was talking to about this. They do the checklist once a week, 3 once, 4 once. But what they also do is knowing that there are just a ton of guides, like 80. And if you think about it, 80 into 30. So 80. So if there's 80 guides and 30 days in a month, they're doing like 3 to 4. They're using the short form video scripts 3 to 4 times a week is what I'm getting to. No, I can't send 3 to 4 emails of these to my database. I can't do 3 to 4 ads unless I got a ton of money, right? I can't do 3 to 4 really anything a week. But what I can do 3 to 4 of are the short form video scripts, right? Why? Let's just say I do 4 a week instead of the 2 that we're saying, or even let's say I do 5 a week. There's 4 weeks in a month. So that's 8. So there's 80 total. Oh my gosh, I'm going to embarrass myself so much. That's 20 a month. That's 4 months. So if I did 5 a week, 5 short form video scripts a week for 4, I could do 4 months without ever repeating myself. That's every single workday. I could do a different short form video script for a different PDF guide. And I wouldn't repeat myself until month 5. Raise your hands if you think anybody 5 months from now is going to remember anything you posted today. Anybody? Is there anybody here that thinks, oh my God, I'm going to post on May 1st. And oh my gosh, I better watch out because if I post the same thing in, let's see, May, June, July, August, September, if I post the same thing in September 1st that I post on May 1st, everyone's going to call me out. It's going to be embarrassing, right? No one's going to remember. No one is going to remember. So yeah, if you're so inclined, another pro tip is get involved with the short form video scripts, right? If you're feeling like I need to get into the groove, I really need to cut my swath here, just start doing one a day, right? Every weekday. You've literally got 4 months of content to where you don't need to repeat yourself until 5 months out. And no one's going to remember on May 1st or in September 1st what you did May 1st. Nobody. And if they do, send them my way. I'll let them know I told you that you could do it. With that, are there any other questions? Are we good to go? Everybody, so many people on the call today. Good to see everybody. Thank you so much for staying with us. It's a long day today, 2 hours. I was a little bit nervous when we started. I'm like, how can I do 2 hours? But I think it's harder to listen, maybe. So I thank you for that. I know, right? You are all so busy. Gordon, thank you very much. Yeah, any feedback? I would love to hear your feedback in the mastermind group. I'd love to hear it via an email, scott@listingsleads.com. I don't do this for myself, right? I do this for you. So if there's any way that you think I can get better, I can be more clear, I can be more understanding, right? I can, whatever, please give us feedback or give me feedback. I always appreciate it. So with that, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Get with our support team if you need more help. Get into the mastermind group, and we'll talk to you on Thursday. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.